kind of just like check everything out. Did we rest? Oh, we rested. It's because they leveled. Oh well, I think we're good to go. Maybe it's because they leveled. Maybe we didn't rest. I don't know. But I'm pretty sure there was a rest. Okay. Go to Hearthsong. Cool. So we're gonna explore Hearthsong. I don't really know what's going on here. Kind of want to figure out what's going on, and then I'm thinking about the other bounties. Estromar, still.
Hail, Estramore.
The warrior saunters over, a sneer of suspicion visible beneath streaks of paint. He glances at your gear before favoring you with a long look. Another fugitive burning from the city, from the burning city. Okay. The six tribes of Erglenfith welcome you to Twin Elms. Before you lies the Hearthsong district. You are free to explore it, but do not let your feet stray into the other districts. They are forbidden to Estremorn. What can you tell me about Twin Elms? The city is sacred to all Glenfethin, as it is the place where our ancestors first encountered the Builders. The fated meeting turned our people from generations of wandering to a permanent among home among the Builders' relics. I'm like looking too fast. Like I'm reading with my eyes faster than like my words are going. I need to slow down. When the Builders commanded us to settle here, they allowed us the unique privilege to live among their structures here. It is only the place of Glanfith where this is permitted. The secret city is divided into four districts: Hearthsong, the common district; Old Song, the site of the temples; Elmreach, home of the Delmgen and Druids; and the Burial Island, which is the most sacred of place in the city. I'd like to hear about Hearthsong. This is Hearthsong. It's a place where Glenfethin and Ashramorn may gather together. It's also the site of the passages of the Six, where our tribal leaders, the Anmafatha, meet. He points to a large round building to the other end of the district. The way is the market. Guard your purse. No one bargains like Glenfethin. If you need a place to stay, follow the fence to the east. There will find the way to Celestial Saplings. Which temple lie in Old Song? There's Noonfrost, which is dedicated to Rimmergrand. A group of pale elves from the frozen Southland arrived not too long ago to oversee it. There's also the Nest, a temple of Helia, and Galewin Ma, a den of beasts dedicated to the hunter god. The route to the Burial Isle also lies that way. Mm, tell me about Elm's Reach. There lies Tir Evan, one of the only towers of the builders still in perfect condition. Two great elm trees twine around it. Even the mightiest works of the gods protect the work of the builders. Two Delmgen sisters dwell there now. The Hall of Warriors stands at the other end of the district. Rumor has it that Armfuth Simok, Three Tusk Stelagar is there now. Elm's Reach is not also where the Druids keep the hall. There are the Overtures of the Golden Grove and the Ethic Knoll of Blood Sands. Many of the shudder at the burial sacrifices of the Ithic Knoll, but High Oveda Orana is just as powerful in her own way. Do you know anything about the Burial Isle? It is a place where our Anima are laid to rest among stones placed by the builders. They say the souls of some of the Anima linger there still. The way lies through the old song. It is the holiest place in all of Twin Elms. That's all I wanted to know. Why is it forbidden to enter the remaining districts of the Twin Elms? Twin Elms is a sacred city, built where the first keepers of the stone met the builders. It exists alongside the works of the builders. It is the only place in all of Air Glenfith where it is permitted to set foot among the sacred places. The Ashramoran, however, do not have proper respect for the stones here. His words trigger something in your memory. You see an image of a perfect cube of Adra, just as quickly as the image fades. A leader of one of the tribes could give you permission of the city. Only Animafath Bethwell is presented the passage of the Six today, and she has her own troubles. He jerks his head, a long hut in the middle of the district. You have other questions about Twin Elms? I hadn't heard of the Keepers of the Stone. The oldest of the six tribes. He points the tip of the sword to a long hut behind him. Up the stairs in the passage of the six, this is where Animathfath gather. Bethwolf, the Animathfath of the Guild Compass, can tell you more. Okay, we'll go there. Keep your words in mind. I don't think I'm going to remember anything else. Just that you keep your visit brief. Word has reached our ears that the riots have ended and the gates of Defiance Bay have opened once more. Okay.
This is where the famous hunters of Air Glanfoth dwell?
Looks like it. Alright, in we go. By split arrows. Tree tusk, Stelgar, Fish of Crane, Stone Bramble. Guided Compass, Keeper of the Stones. I guess these are all holy relics.
Another Estramore. What do you want?
A middle-aged Orlin woman stands at the back of the longhouse, an expression of irritation on her narrow features. As you approach, she takes a decisive step towards you. Zucchini leans in. Careful. This woman young for an elder and looks to prove herself, I think. I want to visit the other districts of Twin Elms. Or wait. I'm looking for another who passed through the city. That's what I want to do.
Few Estramoran are given the freedom of our sacred city. That you ask for this person is suspicious.
You're suspicious.
There are reasons we don't let you Estramoran roam our sacred city. Reasons I am coming to understand.
Oh, I'll give you some reasons. Has something happened recent? More than I care to think about.
Looters have grown bolder at the sites of the builders. The people of Defiance Bay set fire to their own city. And every week, the three Tusk Stelgar bring news of more desperate settlers pushing at our borders, trying to escape their plague of Anolfane children.
Suddenly you feel the presence of someone else in the hall. Animatheth continues to glare at you, but something has stepped out of her skin. It reaches out to you.
Permitting more strangers the freedom of the city is out of the question right now. Go and be thankful that Anamfath Shimak doesn't sit in the passage of the Six today. He would not be so kind as I.
A vision of an Orlin man appears near Bethwell. He has the same green-brown fur and hazel eyes as she does. Help me reason with them, he points behind you. Turning, you see the ghostly shape of 5 other Animathatha. Another Orlin with tawny fur and a scared face, a frowning dwarf, a black-furred Orlin, and 2 elves. What's the Orlin? He looks just like you. Gal creases her round face. Is this your idea of a joke? Your kind have no sense of subtlety. The spectral Orlin takes another step from her, setting his foot down with a slow, heavy motion. Tendrils of essence strain between them, and he grimaces and leans forward as if struggling against a gale. The angry Animatheth winces. War, the spectral Orlin voices in a raspy croak. They're headed for war. Remind them of Forthwell's warnings. Does Farwelt's warning mean anything to you? Ferwelt's soul image gasped. Taut thread of essence tug at him, drawing him back into the Animath. He looks up at you. I tried to tell them. The Builder Souls have touched even the Estromorn.
You'd better explain yourself.
The Builder Souls have touched even the Estromorn? Or am I saying that?
There's
It's not a
no
question.
way you could have known this saying. Not unless you are a Galuth on Anums, a watcher of souls.
Yes, I am a watcher. Gods. That explains much.
Feralt's warning came before the Broken Stone War. Feralt, my ancestor on my mother's side, was Anumfoth of our tribe then. When the Estromoric farmers defiled the builders' monuments, Feralt urged the other Anumfotha to patience, but louder, angrier voices prevailed. Feralt believed that the invaders could be taught to respect the builders as we do. He also believed the builders' souls had spread to all peoples, and that we should avoid needless conflict with others. More practically, he worried that a violent response would only spur further bloodshed across the generations, and you can see where we are today.
What do you mean?
While Feralt's words were shrewd, they were ignored back then. Simply remembering his warning now will not undo the wars and the changes that the years have seen. There is blood on these stones, and that is all anyone remembers now.
An image of a polished Adra cube flashes in your mind. There is writing on the sides, but the image is too faint for you to read. The Animath turns away from you and looks at the ground, gnawing at a pointed claw. Can't change the past, but your choices now will still matter. She looks at you, sadly. Yes, that is the problem.
Another Estromor came through here a few days ago, and, well, letting him through was a mistake. One I am eager not to repeat. The Guided Compass tribe has a reputation for being too soft with Estromoran. One that will not be improved by my failure to stop this man who has desecrated our most sacred sites.
That sounds like the man I came here to stop.
I won't repeat a mistake in my haste to correct it. We bar Twin Elms from Estromoran to protect the ancient places that the Builders left behind. The Builders left this heritage to us to defend, but they alone had access to it. On this much, at least the 6 tribes agree.
You again see the polished Adra cornerstone in your mind. This time, the image is clearer. Each face of the stone is inscribed with a phrase you know by heart. You feel your lips form. A gift from the builders of civilization to the guardians of their legacy. May the guardians watch the door while the builders keep the key.
These were the words given to the keepers of the stone.
What do they mean? She eyes you carefully. They mean that the Farewell's words may indeed be true.
Very well. The city is yours to explore.
Sweet, let's deal.
Tell the guard at the gate that you come to see the cornerstone with the blessing of the Guided Compass. If the gods have truly returned one of the builders to us, find the Delimgon of Ter Evron in Elm's Reach. If the gods have sent you here with a purpose, the Delimgon will know.
In the meantime, I shall be here to assist you. What are the 6 tribes? Clanefaith Society is divided into tribes, which are further divided into clans. Each tribe is united by a particular history or way of life, and clans are communities of families that live together. In truth, there are more than 6 tribes, but the 6 largest have traditionally led the others. Each of the 6 has a seat here in the Passage of 6, where we discuss matters of common interest. You saw, for instance, the debate that occurred before the Broken Stone Wars. She gives you a hesitant look. The 6 tribes are the keepers of the stone: Fish Crane, 3-tusked Stelgar, Stone Bramble, Twi-split Arrow, and of course, the Guided Compass. I don't know if I'm going to remember all of this, even if I get into it. See how big they are. They are the first and oldest of the tribes. When they first sailed to Air Glenfith, they met the builders who gave them the cornerstone, those words you quoted, as a token of friendship. Many of the tribes are even among the 6. Look to keepers for guidance and leadership. Their long history granted them a place of honor in our society, but has also made them more conservative in my observation. I'll do this one. The Guided Compass is your tribe, right? Indeed. We're one of the youngest tribes and not one of the most prestigious. We've tried to keep the peace with the Estremorn, which has earned us the reputation of appeasers among some of our hardline brethren in the 3-tusked Stelgar and the Keepers of the Stone. We value our heritage as Glenfithans, but we recognize the Estremorn are here to stay. The way we see it, we can better follow our mandate to protect the places of the builders by making peace with our neighbors. That's all for now. Speak with Delamar, a tier even in Twin Elms Reach. Gotcha. Oh, dude. I don't know. My crew's pretty strong. You know, when I go to harder places, yeah, they get hurt a little bit, but otherwise they do okay. Leave it at home. Oh, that's a step to that. Check out the market. What happened at home? 655 to bandits? Man, my people need to be stronger. Can I hire better people? Because losing that much to bandits, that's terrible. Hmm. You talking about those bikes yesterday? Got me looking at them. I'm either gonna get a rowing machine or a bike when I move.
Many blessings,
If I
traveler.
move. I'm pretty sure I'm still moving, but I've got to wait. Everything on my end is done. The loan is in conditional approval. I just need the seller to finish his part of the contract where he's supposed to fix the roof. And then then it's all done. And then we just go to closing. But he hasn't fixed the roof yet. And it's been raining a lot and snowing a lot. So I don't know when he's actually going to be able to do it. And then the bank won't let us close until he fixes it. So it's kind of where I'm at with that. Okay. Serena, you have a look of a hunter. Estremor Darwin's weapons may protect the man who seeks out fortune, but my supplies will help you survive out in the wild. Check your wares. These are all superb weapons. I don't think we need any of that stuff. No, the final inspection's done. Well, on my end. So they had an appraiser go. So the bank's appraiser also saw the damage on the roof
Many
that everyone's
blessings,
been seeing.
traveler.
I hold here the best hides in Air Glenfith. Hides so thick and Stelgar cannot claw through them. Boots so Supple, they will smooth out the sounds of your steps. Oops, I just want to see what she has to trade. So, like, there's cracks on the roof that need to be repaired because they're causing leaks inside. Which sucks because it's been raining and snowing. So, yeah. But, yeah, the appraiser for the bank said it needs to be fixed before they can approve the loan. He already had it on the contract that he was going to fix it, so it's known that it needs to be fixed. And I can't get my loan until he fixes it, basically. So we can't close until he does what he said he was going to do. And it sucks because the weather sucks. Yeah. I mean, I don't really want to back out, though. That's the thing that's kind of crappy. I like the house. Yeah, it's got some problems, and I'll have to fix them, but I like the house. To the Old Song in Elms District, she suggests I speak with Delmog in Elms Reach. Okay. Let's head to Elms Reach. It's a row home. 3 stories, 3 bed, 2 bath. Unfinished basement. I think it's like 20 square feet. Not a bad house. So like, it's got an open bedroom upstairs. Of course, it's gonna be my bedroom. And I'm gonna use one bedroom as a guest bedroom and then the other as like my computer room. Oh, nice. Guard placed a spear between you and the path that leads beyond the gates. Still, Estromor, the rest of the city is forbidden except for the order of one of the Animafatha. Trespassing in Twin Elms is punishable by death. I come to see the cornerstone with the blessing of the guided compass. The guard scowls and looks at his companion, who nods back. He turns to you again, his knuckles widening around his shaft. Always too cozy with the Estromorwin. Go then, and mind your step around the sacred stones. Okay. Yeah, it's down in South Philly too, so like, I like the neighborhood. It's got like a lot of good restaurants coming, like, before like the whole shutdown thing. It was really, really catching on. It's already kind of been gentrified, to be honest, but wait. Has you access? She suggests I see Delmog's sister in Elms Reach. Near the palace. Okay. It's Blood Sands, Golden Grove, Hollow Warriors. $3D chips? What are 3D chips? Oh, yeah. I hate those things. But, I mean, if you're in for them, you're in for them. I just don't like when you bite into it and, like, the spices rush to the back of your mouth. It's just like you're being assaulted by the flavor.
You have stayed true to our cause, Inquisitor, when so many others have not. For every heretic we confess, for every betrayer that burns on our pyres, new sheep continue to flock to Iavara ex Incios. But not you. I underestimated you in the beginning.
You did.
But no longer.
You honor me, Grand Inquisitor.
It is not for honor that I summoned you today, but for duty. Too many of our own have confessed upon the wheel and the rack and the flame. Too many of our faithful have had their minds poisoned by the Kratom witch. The tide is against us now. We have but one option. Iavara's following must see her exposed for what she is. She must confess her heresy before my court.
How could we reach her?
Not in Kratom, surely. Their lord has embraced her heathen faith and protects her with his army. But in Oceanus, things would be different. The king of Oceanus is a sinful man. We have helped him to see the error of his ways, and now he fears for his soul. He would pay any price for absolution.
But how would we get Iavara to move to Oceanus?
You have already done much for the Inquisition. I wouldn't ask this were there any other choice.
I don't know what's going on in this dialogue. Why do we need that to happen? But yeah, dude, my throwback is a thing of Code Red in one of those bomb burritos from a gas station. Although it means that I'll probably have heartburn. I still enjoy it. Yeah. Two identical women seem to fade into view as they move away from the great trees that camouflage them. Their skin is tree bark, rigid and scaly, wreathed in a curling tangle of roots, buds, and blooms. Their hair hangs beneath the shade of serrated leaves, like the dropping branches of elms above, and the pupils of their eyes are encircled by hundreds or even thousands of concentric rings, as if to mark the accumulation of wisdom of millennia.
Turn around, flesh creature. Outsiders are not permitted to approach the elms.
What's I gotta?
Do you not feel it, sister? Something familiar. An ancient soul, like the other one. Another defiler, no doubt. Let us fell him and be troubled no more. It would pay the debt of his predecessor.
Well, Baja Blast is a class of its own. I mean, we don't really consider that a soda as much as like the Nectar of the Gods. Like, I feel, what is it that the gods have? Ambrosia. I'm pretty sure Baja Blast is the taste of ambrosia. I mean, what else could it be? Okay, back to you.
So it would seem, Rhiannon. But we must not hasten to judgment. I see a different motive here. Different questions in these eyes.
What of it, young trespasser? Is it as my sister says? Or are you here to stain this place with foul deeds?
That said foul seeds, and it was like, wow, okay. Oh my god, I can hit on them. I forgot my purpose in the presence of such legendary beauty. Have I begun hallucinating double? No. I'd gladly burn this place down now. I'm gonna go with this one. My business concerns the health of this land, and you would be wise to aid me.
That may be, flesh creature. But I do wonder whether your intentions are quite so noble as that. Are you here for the land, or for you?
He is here for Theos Exarchanon. That much is evident.
Okay.
The answer is yes, Old One. We crossed paths with Theos not long ago.
Okay.
And we can tell you where he went.
Please do.
I find it curious that anyone would seek him out. Suspicious, even. If we are to help you find him, we would know why.
He must face justice for his transgressions.
I like him better now, Shiva.
Indeed. A kindred spirit, it seems.
Okay, cool. We all hate him.
But that's what this is really about, isn't it? You are tied to him.
That's not what I said. That was one of my options, but that's
I
not what I
see
said.
it now. You are awakened.
I am awake.
Your soul is awake, and something once buried deep now wells to the surface.
Some would say woke.
Past overwhelms present, closes in around you. Your time has nearly reached its end.
Oh, okay. I just need to get to Theos.
I am sorry to tell you this, but Theos cannot give you what you seek. Nor can any man. An awakening cannot be undone, any more than your past can be undone.
So this has all been for nothing, and I'm going to lose my mind?
The soul is formless without a past to shape it. Did you truly expect to be able to wipe it away?
I would live with it if I could.
That is the penance we all pay. But penance cannot be paid for a past only known in fragments and glimpses. However, as much as my sister speaks truly that there is no way back from an awakening, there may yet be a way forward. Would you agree, Shiva?
I would.
Is that
Were the way
pronounced
not
Sheeta?
so likely to end in death.
Death may be preferable to what lies in store for me.
It may, but not all deaths are alike, and the man you pursue is versed in thousands of them.
The man Theos you must already know by now. You are linked by a common past. Something about it lingers within you, festering, unresolved. What it is I cannot see any more than you. And without that knowledge, your doom is certain. But were you to learn the source of this discord, perhaps it could be put to rest. Though it is equally possible it will trouble you as much now as it did then, and merely speed your condition to its end.
My past comes to me in pieces. How do I unlock the rest?
You might wait for it to come on its own, of course. But when it comes, it will replace your sanity's last breath.
Oh, fun.
Such is the nature of your condition.
Or you could learn it from someone who already knows.
Theos, would he remember?
It is said the gods made his memory perfect, that he may never forget his charge. If he ever knew, he still does.
Not that he would tell you, of course.
You have followed the right person for the wrong reason, it seems. We see it often beneath the elms. The soul dragging mind and body to unknown places for unfathomable reasons. You may have wandered into Theos's path many times, in many lifetimes, without an awakening to show you why.
The only thing that's certain is you did not find what you sought.
Okay. You said you know where he went.
He has gone down beneath the tower to a place older than we, where the people of Engwith once walked. He makes his way to the buried city, Sun and Shadow.
Okay.
May he stay down there and rot with the remains of his people.
He may
Dang.
yet. He won't be returning the way he came, that much is certain. He opened a secret path in the tower's base, and saw it destroyed behind him through some vile means.
Is there another way to get to him?
We know of one. On the burial isle, through the court of the penitents, Braeth Yaman. A shortcut, in fact.
Nice.
Don't be cruel, sister. The way my sister speaks of is not for the faint of heart.
Well, I'm not a faint of
A
heart.
great pit at the center of a forgotten court, where faiths were judged in place of crimes. To most, it is simply a gateway to death. With the help of the gods, it can take you where you want to go.
What do you mean with the help of the gods?
The pit is said to have been a means of judgment by the gods. Those cast into it are meant to die. It is that way you must pass to reach Sun and Shadow.
Can I just like climb down?
The court is old. We do not know much for certain, but it would seem only the gods themselves can grant passage.
What is this court?
No more than a ruin now. It is older than we, a place for the trial of heretics. We were not here to witness it, but at one time there was a group that refused to acknowledge the gods. Neither the first nor the last, of course, but these were numerous and all put on trial for it. Those who did not repent were cast into the pit and imprisoned below. The fall killed them, of course. The prison was not for people but for their souls, and their sentences were eternal. It is said that many of the condemned repented and were permitted by the gods to ascend from the pit, so long as they pledged their service to one of them. But these are old legends.
Would I ever get to the gods to help me?
Behind us is Ter Evron, said to pierce the shroud itself and a place of communion with all gods. If ever there was a time for prayer, you have found it.
Who would I pray to? Any god you can I should think.
I would pray first to those gods you like best. I hope for your sake the feeling is shared.
Is there no other way?
None.
Fair. All right, farewell.
Before you go, tell me this, old one. I'm curious. If you were to subdue your enemy, what would you do with him? What would give you peace?
I wish to undo the harm he's caused.
You would need to have twice as many lifetimes as he to repair his savage work.
Perhaps there are strides you can make.
All the same, think on this matter. Be assured in your course. In the end, it may mean all the difference, not just to his soul, but to yours. And be warned. Some questions have answers that can never be learned, and it is those that trouble the soul above all others.
Okay.
May you find an answer to yours.
Thanks for not being cryptic or anything. Dude, yeah. The only problem with like Baja Blast is means you have to order Taco Bell. And I'm trying to lose weight right now. I can't order Taco Bell. I mean, I could, but then I would only be able to eat like 2 or 3 things. And what's the point of ordering Taco Bell? I have all the things. All the things are super unhealthy. Okay. Oh my god, what's this crystal doing there? Fires in 2 days. Name Error has hired a handful of mercenaries. Good stuff. It's a good name. Name Error. Should have been my gaming tag. They who woke the stars. The Gleanfith and Ashermer, who break the lover's tie that destroyed Andra's gift, took many of their instruments and notes and hid them out of fear that they may be captured by the Adrians. Decades after the war, the tribes have recovered the astronomers' work. Unfortunately, all of their original astronomers had died, and much of their writing was penned in unknown cipher. 2 Valen dukes have offered a reward for anyone who can help crack the cipher for the Gleanfithans. The tribes are reluctant to let anyone look at the notes, but they believe it would be better to share their knowledge than let it remain a secret. Go get it. And it's so crappy that he stole everything before he left. Subs of Hinkult.
Almost beats the Southern Lights.
That's kind of cool. Telia, Bareth, Skane, Andra, Rimgard. Within Abaddon, Magrin. Before the shrine sits the constellation of a snarling hound, fangs bared. Pray to Galoin. In the nearby constellation, you can make out the shape of a strange horned beast. From time to time, you think you sense faint chill emanating from the shrine itself. Give me someone like, I don't know, creepy. In the glittering stars of nearby constellation, you see a grim shape of a skull. Its jaws are open wide, as if frozen in a silent scream. Yeah, that seems... The shrine sits before a bright constellation of stars forming an oval shape of an egg. A pair of wings sprout from the egg, stretching out to either side. That seems fair. Pray to Hylia. You step before the shrine and prepare to recite the ritual. Okay. Let's see. Here's Idrit. Lucine prayer. Oops. Hydrak and Restbrook led the life. Terrible Glazen of Orlin. Okay. Serve the Vedfire. I'm trying to find. Saint Widwin. Trying to find anything based off of her. Face of Bareth. Sons of Eoria, let her home. Here, Binding of Souls, Perception Proverbs of Abaddon. Crap, I don't know anything about the gods. I threw all those things into like my backpack, so I don't know what's pertinent here. You just get 4 large Baja. Can I get the just soda bag? I'll infuse it with carbonate later. I just want the syrup. Man. Well, note. Is there anything extra? Anything I can use? That will help me pray to this god. No, that's the dialect. Breathian scripture. Behold, the transcendent the wheel of God is king. Neither the rich nor the influence, neither the king nor the Bareth will usher 3 doorways and turn to life. They called. Yeah, I'm gonna go talk to the lady in the front real quick and see. Wait, what is this? Piercing ring fills your ears as you wail, shrine. There's no other response. So I'm supposed to pray to this thing, but I don't know what to pray. That happens when you approach the Wodoka shrine.
Yes?
Man. Because you would think the Wodoka god would be the first one I'd go to, right? I have questions for you.
What do you wish to know?
You need to know about praying for the support of the gods.
We will tell you what we can. Behind us is Ter Evron, said to pierce the shroud itself and a place of communion with all gods. If ever there was a time for prayer, you have
How do I
found
pray?
Ter Evron is also called the Hall of Stars, and the stars show us the allegiances of the gods. When stars are in conjunction, we know the gods they represent are aligned as well. You should choose a place to pray where you'll be closest to those you want to hear you. If a god stands alone, you should pray to that god. If they band together, you should address them all. Choose your words wisely, for all gods expect proper homage, and none has patience for fools. Until
helpful.
we meet again, old one.
Wait.
What do you wish to know? We will tell you what we can. Behind us is... Until we meet again.
Do you know the prayers?
What do you wish to know? Until we meet again.
Man. Golden Grove. Sands. How do I know what prayer I'm supposed to, like, pray? There's a lot of options. Galawayan. Rice. Hmm. It's kind of annoying because, like, would I have known? Train whales. Trying to speed read to see if I can't find a prayer for this. So you have the Psalms of Wodaka. Think of the ocean's sorrows that we may forget each day the tides. Okay, is there Andra? Because I don't see Galoin. Rimmer Grand. Can't pray to that one. Bareth. Explore the room. Well, I kind of did explore the room, and I stole the books. I don't know which books I took. That's the problem. So I kind of like just went a little gung-ho with things. So that's where I'm sitting right now. I'm in a kind of conundrum. So like I messed up. Mhm. Mm. Emoticon spoke. Her voice was like this. Wait, hold on. Small volume of verses and psalms is somewhat pattered, suggesting it used to be carried by someone person the page or dog-eared. Book tends to open a particular section where someone has marked a verse with a small blotch of ink. Ignoring the bright star spoke, and her voice was like clarion. You knew of her right hand and shining God. O wonder, hear me, she spoke. You are known to us. Hmm. Yeah, I looted before I checked. Now I don't know what I looted. Okay, so here we go. I do have the books. So I've got the Assassins at Large, Council of the Stars, Court of Penitium. Okay, so Council of the Stars, the Assassin. Okay, that's the quest. Looks like Council of the Stars, maybe. That's what I'm looking at. All these books in no manga, right? It's all words. There are no pictures. I got 3 of them. What other books do I have 3 of? Unless they put it here and I'm missing it? Oh man, I really wish I could just do this in alphabetical order. Superior. It's kind of annoying. My fault, but like still kind of annoying. Okay, that was for the other thing. I'm not even seeing this book in here. Oh no, that's the quest added, Council of the Stars. Crap. Not what I looted. Why did I think those were books? Those are not books. Hmm. Reading quests, not what I actually looted. I don't think this is going to tell me what I looted. Oh no, I get the Luminous Adra. Okay, this is kind of annoying. What I get for looting before trying to pick up stuff. For the hunt. Gallowayne. See. I don't think that's one of the gods. Oh, I do. Okay. It's one, Book of the Hunt. Okay, so when my students ask me to be taught by the Galawain, I tell them they've already failed. Does one ask a deer to present itself as dinner? Of course not. One must outwit, outmaneuver, and overpower the deer if one dreams of venison. So it is with the seeker, God. To ask questions is weakness and idle indecision. To seek answers is to understand, and to become one with Galawain, survival begins with strength from within. Okay. Strength from within. Okay, survival begins with strength from within. The air around you stirs, and the gust of warm wind blows across the back of your neck. You catch the faintest smell of wet earth. As you kneel in front of the shrine, you feel yourself push forward. You catch yourself on your hands and knees, feel warm, damp beneath them. Looking around, you find yourself crouched in a clearing in the middle of the woods. The smell of dirt hangs heavy in the air. Behind you is a darkened room filled with candlelight shrines. Ahead of you is you hear the howls of the hound. You feel certain this is a vision. The hairs on the nape of your neck still rise. I'm gonna howl back, because I'm a dog. Beast bays in response, its voice high and clear. The thick undergrowth shivers with movement, and heavy paws pound the wet grass. You're not certain if the creature is hunting or leading you, but your instinct gives chase. As you tumble through the dew-speckled bushes and clawing brambles, each stride feels longer than the last. You draw lungfuls of crisp, clear air and feel your energy renewed. The rhythm of your stride and the thumping of your beast's paws drive the blood thrumming into your ears. Speed ahead, following the hound's cries, when a split-finger pine crashes to the ground in front of you. A massive bear lunges in the gape of the roar. It catches sight of you. You turn and race in the opposite direction, leaping over the fallen trees' trunks. Pine cones crunch underfoot. The bear lumbers after you. Its hot breath washes over the back of your neck, filling your nose with the rank odor of slaughter. You see the clearing just past a thicket of broadleaves and sprint towards it. As you break through the foliage, you see a massive lioness curled up in the clearing in front of you. With a last burst of energy, you divert your momentum and hurl yourself into the bushes. Any second now, you expect to feel the bear fall upon you, but a furious roar on the other side of the clearing draws your attention. The bear has stopped at the tree line. It swipes the empty air with claws enough to render armor, but does not advance. The lioness, for her part, twists her body into a tight coil. She growls, her ears pressed against her head, but she makes no more move to attack the intruder. Gathering murmurs to you and under her breath. At this point, I've hunted all over the world. I've never seen predators like these. You back deeper into the foliage, keeping your eyes on the two mighty predators. As you crawl backwards, the heel of your hand brushes something furred. A warm sight grazes your cheek. You freeze in place, slow turning your head to see what waits behind you. Two amber eyes shine in the darkness. Perhaps we ought to take our chances with the bear. Eyes meet your gaze briefly, then turn to the standoff in the clearing. The hound behind you yawns, fangs flashing. When you turn back, the lion and the bear have disappeared. In their place is a stone wolf's maw, gaping wide enough to swallow you whole. Beyond it is the outline of the temple, towered but indistinct. Blood must feed the maw, watcher. See the true champion reigns. Turn back to Tyr Ivan. Travel to the Stone Maw and Galver's. Okay. Divine favor. It seems the gods want something from you as well. To earn favor, I'll have to complete tasks given to me. Galawain showed me a battle between a great lion and a bear. Okay. Galawain showed me a vision of a stalled fight between a lioness who lies in wait and a bear who circles. He also revealed a cave shaped like a wolf's maw in an area that looks like a temple district. I can probably learn more there. Okay. I just had to find the book that, one of the books that I threw into my inventory, not thinking about it. see. I'm wondering, do I have to get the favor of all the